The W202 is a completely new class of car for Mercedes-Benz. It's engineered to provide improved performance, better fuel efficiency, and reduced exhaust emissions, along with a roomier, more comfortable, and safer environment for the driver and passengers. This program will provide you with a brief technical overview of some of the systems and features of the new C-Class. The W202 will be offered in two versions. The C280, equipped with a 6-cylinder, 2.8-liter, 24-valve engine. And the C220, with a 4-cylinder, 2.2-liter, 16-valve engine. You'll notice that the lower body side panels have been replaced by accented protective strips, which are continued along the top of the bumpers. For improved safety and performance, the bumper has ducts that route cooling air to the front brakes. The front turn signals have white lenses with yellow bulbs. The rear lenses are dichromatic, with gray center sections and yellow bulbs for the turn signals. Larger door seals reduce both noise and door closing effort. To further reduce noise in the cabin, the thickness of the front side windows has been increased from 3 to 4 millimeters. The front windows have one-touch express opening. An optional anti-theft alarm indicates system readiness with a flashing LED in the interior locking switch. The windows and sunroof may be closed by holding the key over in the locking position. The motor and relay for the sliding roof is located in the front roof frame. A crank handle stored in the literature package allows manual operation of the sliding roof in the event of an electrical problem. The roof lining is a one-piece unit that extends from the windshield to the rear window. The exterior rear view mirrors are mounted without a separate base. They are electrically adjustable and have heated mirror glass. To further improve longevity, the proportion of galvanized steel has been increased to 60%. Underbody sealing also helps ensure the best possible corrosion protection. Airbags, both for the driver and front passenger, are standard. The height-adjustable front seat belts feature an emergency tensioning retractor and are now anchored directly to the seat frame. The outboard rear belts have automatic shoulder height adjustment. The optional folding rear seats are split 1/3 to 2/3. A ski bag located behind the armrest is also an option. The latches for the split folding rear seat are located in the trunk. 4 eyelets provide tie-down points for securing cargo. Folding rear headrests are optional. The pneumatic mechanism is similar to the one found in the W124. The automatic climate control temperature is now selected with push buttons. Pressing both buttons simultaneously sets the temperature to 72 degrees. A residual engine heat feature familiar from the R129 and W140 is also used. The interior sensor and sensor fan are located in the sliding roof control panel. A replaceable dust filter similar to the one found in the W140, filters fresh and recirculated air. The air conditioning system uses a new 6-cylinder variable displacement refrigerant compressor. Output from the compressor is changed according to the requirements for cold air. The variable displacement function reduces the engine torque loss normally associated with compressor cut-in. The system is filled with the CFC-free refrigerant R134A. A low-maintenance battery is installed in the spare tire well. Electrical fuses for most systems are found in the main fuse box. The fuse panels tilt for easier service. No-go safeties and color coding help avoid incorrect connections. A relay compartment is located behind the main fuse box. The control units for body and convenience systems, as well as an auxiliary fuse box, are located in the trunk. The new instrument cluster uses a vehicle speed signal for the speedometer. The speed signal is received from the ABS speed sensor in the right front wiring duct. The clock and trip mileage are shown by LCDs. The outside temperature indicator is also an LCD. The oil pressure gauge has been discontinued. External lights are monitored by the bulb failure monitoring unit in the fuse and relay box. Bulb failures are indicated by the warning lamp. When the ignition key is in position 2, all indicator and warning lamps at the left and right of the cluster are activated. The C280 features a Bose sound system as standard equipment. The system incorporates a trunk-mounted amplifier, left and right dashboard speakers, speakers in each front door, the rear doors, and the hatch shelf. The engines in the C220 and C280 develop higher torque in the lower and middle engine speed range, while reducing fuel consumption and exhaust emissions. The 6-cylinder M104 engine features a variable length resonant intake manifold for optimum engine performance over a wide RPM range. The electronic ignition with twin spark coils is located in a compartment over the valve cover. Like the M104, the C220's M111 engine employs 4-valve per cylinder design with overhead camshafts. Just as with the 104, the intake camshaft is automatically adjusted for the best engine performance. Electronic engine management systems combine control of fuel injection, ignition, and idle speed in one control unit. The HFM fuel metering system measures the volume of intake air with a hot film sensor and adjusts fuel flow accordingly. The new fuel tank is divided into 2 chambers with a U-shaped recess for the drive shaft. The tank is now located on the underside of the floor, in front of the rear axle. Be sure to use caution when using a floor jack in order to avoid damaging the tank. The front axle uses a double wishbone design. This provides the best geometry for precise wheel location and steering, as well as ride comfort. The front axle is attached with large rubber mounts. Regular camber and caster adjustments are not normally required. But if necessary, The camber and caster can be corrected by replacing the centering bolts with repair bolts and shims. The steering ratio is now more direct. The steering effort has been reduced by increasing the steering servo pump pressure. For improved steering precision, the steering linkage forms a single unit. The familiar multi-link rear suspension is also used in the C-Class. It has been specifically tuned to the 202's ride and performance criteria. The rear axle member is mounted with hydro rubber bushings and with tapered rubber bushings at the rear. To keep noise to a minimum, the rear axle midsection is mounted on the rear axle member with hydro rubber bushings at the rear and with a split rubber bushing at the front. For improved handling, the suspension stiffness has been increased. To keep weight to a minimum, a tubular torsion bar is used in the C280. To improve safety and performance, the diameter of the front brake rotors have been increased. The rotors are also internally vented for better cooling. To prolong service life, the surface area and thickness of the brake pads have been increased. A foot-operated parking brake is used in both 202 models. Similar to the W140, the brake has an automatic cable length compensating feature located under the rear seat cushion. If the car is driven with the parking brake engaged, a warning light comes on, and in addition, an acoustic chime sounds. The Mercedes-Benz automatic slip control system has been modified. ASR4 is available as an option in the C280. ASR helps the driver maintain control by regulating slip at the rear wheels during acceleration. Special engineering emphasis was placed on passive safety by optimizing the energy-absorbing capabilities of the front end and the rigidity of the passenger cell. The deformation zones have been lengthened. Rigid connections of high tensile strength between the two sides of the front end and additional wheel arch supports increase the resistance to deformation. To help prevent the front wheel from intruding into the footwell during a collision, an additional crossmember is located in front of the firewall. The sidewall is designed for high compressive resistance with integrated A, B, and C pillars. For increased protection, the door panels are heavily sectioned at curb height. Tubular reinforcing members in the doors are part of the integral side impact protection system. The longitudinal members receive additional support from internal steel sections. Reinforced front seat cross members and additional rear seat cross members. To resist deformation, the jacket tube is mounted to the rigid windshield cross member and a high-strength tubular cross member. The windshield and rear window are bonded in place and add to the structural integrity of the body. In addition to a CFC-free climate control system, the new C-Class cars are produced with low-emission waterborne paint. Materials are labeled to aid in future dismantling and recycling efforts. This concludes the first introduction program for the W202. Subsequent programs will provide a more detailed technical overview and illustrate disassembly and assembly procedures.